Folks, we are live today, the new year. And today I got a special guest for you. But before I hit the special guest, let me just get this out the way. All right.
And now,
Let me just
from
get this out the way, my
Brooklyn,
little
New York,
intro.
he's the podcaster that's bringing the real heat to the Sunshine State, the host of Ring Fever, Michael L. Rey.
That's how we do it. That's how we do it, yo. We 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 let it all out. We let it out all out. Folks, the first show of 2005. I got a special guest tonight, promoter here in Florida, who a lot of people's been asking questions. Where is he? What's going on with the promotion? He's been. I don't know if the doors are closed. We really don't know what's going on. But tonight, I got him. I got him. The owner of FWF, Mr. George, aka the Puerto Rican prodigy, J-Rock. What's going on, George?
Hey, what's going on, brother? How's it going?
What's going on, brother? What's the deal with FWF?
Well, before we get to that, um, we got somebody missing here.
Oh yeah. So El Gran, can you say his name for me? Because I always call him El Gran Cabrón, because that's how I feel right now. And
Gambaro.
El Gran Barón was supposed to be on. I don't see him still. He's writing on the group chat that he's clicking, but I see the same thing George sees. I don't think he knows how to use his I don't think he knows how to
I'm
use this
done.
period. He's done. I
I'm
don't think he
done.
knows how to use this.
Done.
I'm looking at it online and it doesn't say he clicked on. But anyway, what do you want? What do you want to do? Jose's not really iPhone ready. You know what I'm saying? But how you feeling, brother? What's going on with you? A lot of questions. You
A
feel
lot of
good? You feel
questions.
better? I got a lot of questions for you tonight. Like number one, what's the status of SFWF, Florida Wrestling Federation? Is it
That
still
is,
open?
it's a question. In all reality, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't feel comfortable actually answering that question until I get, you know what I mean, my partner in crime here. You know what I mean? Hopefully, he gets his damn act together. You know
So
what I mean?
you want to answer it with your partner?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, well, your partner, he doesn't know how. Well, that gives me bright ideas that probably something's going on and your partner doesn't even know how to click a fucking button. But he can't. If he can't click a button, I hope he knows how to write a show. But if you want to answer it later, we'll answer it later. But what's going on with you? Another things that we hearing is that you went back to PA for a little bit.
That's correct.
Yeah. So what happened? Why is it family related, or did you just are you a snowbird? Like, who are you? First of all, like I know who you are, but the fans don't know, and some other people don't know. Who are you? Are you a snowbird?
Nah. Um, I'm a creative. I am a creative person when it comes down to the wrestling scene. I I'm a promoter.
Per-
I I like to expand everybody's imagination when it comes down to the crowd. When it comes down to the indie scene.
Hmm. Now, the topic of today is has the indies lost this art? Has wrestling lost this art form in the indies? And so you say you're a promoter. I know you're a promoter here in Florida. I know you've done shows in PA. I know you've done shows in New York, but also in Puerto Rico. But where did you get your start at?
I got my start in Pennsylvania. Um, for the school of Rob Noxious. Um, I personally started with Eric Kane,
Okay.
which gave me the jump, and he gave me the jump start. Um, then from there, I ended up going to Rob Noxious' school in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, I ended up jumping jumping schools. You know that when they tell you you do not know everything, you do not know everything.
Oh yeah.
So so basically, I started being a sponge to every different school that I went to. One of them I hold dearly, which is Mark Mest. Um, he's an incredible trainer, incredible person, incredible mentor. Um, he definitely he definitely opened my horizons. From there, I ended up in Michigan, Seattle, New York with Bronco. I ended up in Puerto
Bronco,
Rico.
Bronco, Bronco. That's where I got my first interview from. I know Bronco real well. Are we? Are you still there, pendejo?
So,
Oh, I heard a drop. That's
Mister
why.
Bottom, well, Gran Bottom was not going to be able to join us.
I kind of knew that. Like, what the hell? He's talking about. I have Safari. What the fuck? Safari has to do with anything? You click a button and then you just stand there and you talk. You don't need a mic. You know. I can't, bro. I
You know,
can't. Whatever.
you know we got it. You know we got a saying up here in Pennsylvania, right?
Oh my god, what's the saying?
Saying what to do with the price of X in Georgia.
Oh my god, bro. I can't believe he botched. He messed it up. He can't even press the button. But anyway, getting back to your story, Bronco. I've worked with Bronco before. Actually, I had I met Bronco at the Yeshiva Awards in New York. He actually received an award for um from the Guardian Angels for most donations in 1 year. I guess he was donating a lot
Wow.
of money to the after school program. This was back in
Oh,
2012, I think 12 or 13. I gotta look at the flyer. The funny thing, the flyer has Panther Rodriguez on it, and I'm scheduled to interview Panther Rodriguez soon. But yeah,
I
back to
think
your
that
story.
was I think that was around that same time, honestly, because I made my first indie debut at BWF.
In the old gym, right? The gym that had like the
Yes,
red floor.
yes,
Yeah, so that was probably 2012 or 13, around there. I don't think it was
that's around the
14.
time.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
around
tell you
there.
this right now, though. I am definitely gonna tell you this, though. It was muggy, hot as hell, and I'm gonna tell you this right now. My conditioning was not up to par at that point.
So a good friend of mine used to wrestle there too. Lexa Rose, the ring queen. I don't
Yes,
know. Yeah. So she used to tell me too, like, dude, I put on my clothes and I walk out and 30 seconds later I'm drenched in sweat. Like it was even in the winter, it was like you was dying in there. Whatever
yeah, it's
happened
like
to that gym?
first and last show there. In all reality, I wish there would have been other shows that I could have been a part of with BWF, but that was my first and last. I came in
Uh,
as a villain,
Oh, you did a one and done?
sir.
Now, from your perspective, I know we talked about this offline, and that's why I wanted to bring you on real quick. Your perspective, do you feel like the Indies lost its art form, or is it too much backyard wrestling going on, or what exactly is going on that's been, because I know you said you've been mad, like I know you've been doing shows in different states and now it's getting to be a burden. Like, what exactly do you feel like? Have we lost the art? Like, what's your thoughts?
The NDC has not lost its art. What what they have lost is their perspective in things. Um, Look at it as a hiccup at this point. You know, we're in a hiccup stage. You know what I mean? So basically, we are in our COVID-19 stage. You know what I mean? Who knows? You know what I mean? We might be able to actually make a massive comeback, or we might not be putting asses in seats. You know what I mean? Who knows? at this point, time will tell.
Is it because of the oversaturation? Because when you got here to Florida, I told you, and you didn't believe me until maybe 2 weeks in, and you was like, "Jesus Christ, you guys got too many promotions out there." Is it
You have no idea.
so?
If you really look at it, if you really look at it, the first couple shows, you was a part of one. Um, it's putting asses in seats. You know what I mean? Like, we had a sold out house. It was amazing. And then come to our last show, because of the hurricane and everything that was going down in Tampa, we we barely got to even we barely got even anything back. You know what I mean? It's
I don't,
basically
I don't ever blame that show on the weather. The reason why I don't blame it on the weather is because in that area where the promotion was being run, there wasn't no wrestling in that area. And as soon as you successfully did a show at the Pegasus, everyone just jumped shift. Like there's two other promotions in that area now. And I
wow.
think that basically killed the marketing. Because I feel like you've been here and I've told you this. We have huge cities and a lot of
Yes.
royal towns. So I understand like tonight there's a promotion in Denellen. No, is
Okay.
it Denellen? No, D-Land, D-Land. D-Land,
Yes.
Florida.
Yeah. Yeah. You
There's
did tell me about that.
never been a promotion out there. Maybe this could be successful, or maybe this could be like Ocala. Ocala's turned into a fucking backyard city. Like it hasn't been a good, decent promotion out there since I stopped running shows, and that's basically because I don't feel it's profitable out here.
It's either that or it's going to turn into a Tampa situation. One promotion comes in, and then here comes the next two. You know, that's usually how it goes. They let the first guinea pig to actually go ahead and run a show, and then guess what? It turns into a big thing, and other promotions want to step in. And you know what I mean? In all reality, it's always a competition. You know, no
it
matter
it
no matter what.
is, and it's kind of hard, like building a promotion here sometimes in Florida because the wrestlers mess it up more than the promoters. So, like, if I am, let's say if I have Jose and you scheduled for a match, in August,
Yes.
and I only do maybe a show every 2 months. It's fucking hard
Yeah.
to get people to come by when you and Jose are promoting other wrestling events of you guys fighting, tag teaming. You ever seen that TikTok with the guy? He's like, Chad Davis, once again, me and you meet. And then he switches the logo. Then he's like, Chad Davis, me and you are tag teaming. And then the following promo is Chad Davis, me and you once again, is like the constant over and over and over. Like, I seen
Bro, you
LeBron
haven't.
and Persia wrestled in 1 year 52 fucking times. I am not fucking over exaggerating.
I
So
don't doubt it. I really don't doubt that. You know what I mean? I remember those. I remember those promos. You know what I mean? Like I remember. Oh my god. Oh yes, badly. You know what I mean? And it's really hard to actually run a storyline that can be both entertaining and knee cringing. You know what I mean? For the audience, the fans, to actually follow, and it's really hard to do so. Um, right now is like almost every promotion is doing the same thing. You know what I mean?
it
One's
is.
running one storyline, the other one's running the other storyline. Hey, look at this. You know what I mean? And then at the end of the day, once those two workers go to a different promotion, what's going to end up happening?
Well, I had Peter Ramos wrestling for me at one time, and Peter Ramos, the him from Puerto Rico, the Beast Mode. And Beast Mode was so overprotective of his gimmick and of his bookings. I was able to make money because Beast Mode
Okay.
he wasn't all over Florida. He just did
Yeah.
3 promotions out here. That's it. And Mexico. That's it. And my promotion was one of the luckiest promotions to have him, only because, we went to high school together, but he was a draw. He had that Andre the Giant draw where 100, 200 people want to come see the ex NBA player. I don't feel, well, I don't know. Do you feel like there's a draw right now? Is there someone you're looking at that you feel like may change FWF in 2025? Have you been, looking?
Right now, now that you know my partner's not going to be here, I ain't got no other choice. Right now, FWF is going to come to a pause.
So,
We're going to
I,
regroup. We're gonna regroup. We're gonna regroup. Um, there's there's big things in store. I am going to mention here first. So your show is going to be the first one to know this. RCW Puerto Rico and FWF are going to join ships, and
oh,
we are going to bring RCW US to the United States.
oh, holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit. That. I am sorry for cursing, but that is all right. Let's do this. So RCW is coming to the US for tapings. Yes. 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 And if anybody that wants to know why am I so happy about this, RCW is like the TNA of Puerto Rico. You know what I mean?
That's correct.
You have WWC, all due respect, the Colognes. They're the WWE out there. Then you have what's the other promotion? I thought it was
IWA.
LAWE, but they
No,
IWA,
IWA.
IWA. IWA is WCW. Okay, we know that. And
Savio
RCW,
Vega.
yeah, and RCW is like ECW. They're like ECW TNA. They're the third stream,
Mm.
and that's great. They coming down here because your boy could finally make it to Puerto Rico. You know,
Oh, crap.
finally make it to Puerto Rico. But we'll talk about that another time because I don't want to spoil you. I don't want to spoil you too much of the RCW stuff, especially that
Definitely.
El Gran Cabron is not on the fucking podcast today because he can't press click or his
That,
camera's not
that's,
working. You know
yeah,
what it
that's not
is,
best on him.
bro? I've been telling you for a long time that motherfucker got a flip phone. That's what it is. You need to stop covering for him. Talking about no, he has an iPhone. I swear. Have you seen his phone? Have you seen it?
An
Yes or
iPhone.
no?
He has an iPhone 15 or 14, one of the
Are you sure?
two.
Cause at the strip club he pulled out the iPhone 4, bro. I've never seen the iPhone 4. That motherfucker still got the iPhone 4, bro. So you need to watch it. That guy in technology pulling out the flip phone in 2025. You know what I mean? That's why he can't press
Hold on,
he
hold on.
can't
That was
press
the
go.
iPod.
That was the
The iPod.
iPad.
That was the iPod.
I'm done. I'm done. My man had the iPhone 04. They don't even make those anymore. So he ain't got no memory. That's what it is. He ain't got no memory on the phone.
And
So
these phones didn't even take no SIM card. Remember that shit?
these phones actually had batteries back then. They don't have batteries now. But George, real quick before I let you go, you know what I mean? We appreciate you coming on. We appreciate you telling us this breaking news. Um, I just want to get something clear. We heard some rumors and seen some pictures of you in the hospital. How's your health? Are you getting better? We're not gonna put it out there what happened to you, but I know you made public statements that to all the fans, you're doing good. Are you doing better?
I'm definitely doing better. I'm taking it day by day. At this point, Um, I am definitely going to say that my wrestling career has definitely come to an end, sadly. And
It's okay. You'll make a
I'm
great announcer. Don't ever try to be a manager. That's my job, right? You can make a great announcer, all right?
dead, dead. Me and you in the middle of the ring. I'm gonna tell you this right now. There's no winner and there's no loser. It comes down to a promo.
Oh, I don't know. You seen what I did to that young kid this week for fun? I didn't even try. I didn't even try in that promo.
As long as I don't wear fucking sandals around you, I'm happy.
Nah, brother, it's just jokes, man. I'm glad you're doing better. I spoke to you
No,
offline, and I had not the similar situation, but I was sick also, and I had to take time off. And I respect that you're getting better and stuff. Have you tried any of these weird herbal medicines or any of that bullshit? Because
right?
I told you about the cola de caballo, right?
Oh my god, yeah, no, I am not doing that.
Yeah, my man had me going. I'm telling you, I drunk that. Not know he got me good. He's like, "Yo, this is gonna clean you out." I'm thinking, I'm gonna piss everything out. No, my man had me in the bathroom 8 hours. Yo, like, secó la caballo my ass, bro.
Bro, you got me crying over here, bro.
I'm telling you, bro. I ain't never listening to these Spanish botanicas again, bro. They got some weird
Mm,
names.
Uh, the next time people see the Puerto Rican prodigy, they're not gonna see the stocky, heavy set guy that used to walk around all limped out. You know what I mean? Like his weight was dragging him down. When I come back, I'm coming back stronger, faster, better. But I am gonna take my health really serious.
You
I
have to.
am I am not gonna wrestle anymore. The Puerto Rican prodigy has definitely hanged up his boots for the final time.
You have to, Papa. You have to. But folks, um, George, I love you, man. You know what I mean?
You too,
J
bro.
Rock, whatever you want to call yourself nowadays, I'm gonna call you what I always call you. I appreciate you having being a part of the show today, and we pray every day, and I know you're getting better, and we'll see what happens with FWF, but it's great news to know that RCWUS is coming, and you're a part of it, and let's get some work done. You know what I mean?
That's definitely true. And I appreciate you for having me on the show. You know what I mean? In all
Most.
reality, you want me to be truly, truly honest with you? I think this is my first podcast.
Oh shit! Wow!
Like fuck
Wow!
you, bro. Yo, like
Wow!
for real.
We'll have you on once in a while for different things. We'll just get this one off the chest. But I like to bring people on randomly for different topics. Like
That's totally fine.
this week. Right after you, I'm gonna have a Florida wrestler that made waves and then got blocked. I don't know if that's correct. Blocked. You know him too. I'm not gonna say his name now. I just, I don't wanna mess this up. But if it'll be the next interview coming up. But George, definitely. Where can we find you at?
Uh, well, at this point, I am completely cutting all social media off. Only family and close friends are the only ones that can actually get in contact with me. Once we are ready to launch, everybody and their mother's gonna know, and they are not gonna be able to stop us. That's all I gotta say.
Appreciate it, brother. Well, folks, we'll be back more momentarily with part two of the show. George, I'll holler at you later, man. Stay solid, man. Ciao, bacalao.
Con calma.
All right, man. Thank you.
this isn't what the handler does, but it is currently 2 o'clock in the morning and I can't sleep. And why can't I sleep? I can't sleep because of you, Michael El Rey. El Rey, you said that you're the last manager in Florida. You said, El Rey, that you'll put together your own faction to face us. El Rey, the fact of the matter is that Tommy Burns was second most improved superstar of the year, and Dante Velez was number 3 most improved superstar of the year, which means Cutthroat Agency took over your list. Cutthroat Agency is taking over the Florida independent wrestling scene. You say you're the last manager, and that is sure as hell far from the truth. I may be the youngest manager in Florida professional wrestling history, but the one thing I will not, Michael El Rey, is be disrespected by a podcast jabroni Mark who does nothing but go on social media and run his mouth about people for views because he has nothing better to do with his life. El Rey, your podcast is never going to be as big as Cutting the Kayfabe. I don't care about your stupid little ring fever stuff. I don't care about your little Joe Gertner story. I don't care, El Rey. Learn how to say people's names right, and learn that win, lose, or draw, at the end of the day, Cutthroat is taking an arm, a leg, or a jaw and leaving everybody cutthroat. This isn't what the handler does, but it's currently 2 o'clock in the morning and I can't sleep. And why can't I sleep? I can't sleep because of you, Michael El Rey. El Rey, you said that
2 o'clock in the morning. What do you? Oh God! Listen, Ashton. Rule number 1. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. You have no shirt on, cutting a promo about me. That is the weirdest thing anybody could ever do in professional wrestling. Number 2, you, Guitar Man, the Devil, whatever the hell you guys want to call yourselves, come down to 14630 US 19. Learn how to cut a promo at Circle Barbecue. Okay, learn from the best people there is. Gary Wolf, Jason Knight, Bill Alfonso. Come down to the seminar. They'll tune you guys up. Because number 3, I could never take you serious. Okay, my man? Never take you serious with that pimple on the side of your face looking like Chris from Family Guy.
A good pimple, Doug.
Feed me!
You can talk?
That's right, and we're gonna raise some hell!
All right, raise some hell! Yeah!
I just can't. The only thing that comes to my head when I see that is, your face belongs to Noxzema.
So use Noxzema every time you wash. It's better than soap. Dissolves oil without over-drying for healthy-looking skin. Your face belongs to Noxzema. And here's a difference.
So, folks, that was my man George, who was just on. Tonight, my special guest is none other than I don't even know where to start with him. He did a run in WWF. He did some things in WCW. He did some things in ECW.
I never did WCW.
Oh, you didn't do WCW. He did some things in ECW. He's been all over the United States. Panther Rodriguez. Panther, what's going on, Panther? Long time.
What's good, young man? What's going on?
I'm still
I haven't
here,
seen
man.
you in a minute.
Yeah,
last
man.
Time I seen you, pardon me, perdón. But last time I seen you, I believe you was tearing down a ring. I swear, I remember that in Leesburg.
Leesburg, was that that wasn't Shadow, was it, or was it one of those knockout promotion craps that I used to do?
No, it wasn't knockout. It was that fucking Shadow shit.
Yeah, it was those Shadow shows that I used to do with Vince and them.
Yeah.
Those shows were pretty fun. I'm actually doing something. Do you remember when you wrestled Nick Swift?
Man, do I ever broke the light?
Yeah, Nick broke the light that night. I'm actually doing something with his dad coming up on January 25th. He has a promotion he's running with Gary Wolf and Bill Alfonso and Jason Knight and them. Yeah. 14630 US 19, Hudson, Florida, January 25th. You need to be there if you're a young wrestler trying to make it. You need to be there like around 12. Absolutely. And hit up these seminars, because Panther, you just seen the promo I did on the youngin over there. I didn't even try.
I'm gonna say this: they got a pretty good office going because I mean, one, you got Gary Wolf. Gary Wolf comes from the old Monster Factory days with Larry Sharp, and then you got, of course, you got Bob Cook. Bob Cook's connected to that. He's a legend in his own right. And then you have, of course, guys that are connected with the Malenkos and so on. And they got a hell of a spot thing going. Let's see where it goes. I've been in contacts with the office. I'm just basically waiting. But as far as everything else goes, man, I've been dying for you to just drop something of this magnitude. This because a lot of people are really shiesty, and especially, and I know this goes in a lot of states, but Florida kills me. When I came from New York, and I'm thinking like, okay, I'm from up north, whatever. Went to Tennessee, whatever. I experienced the wrestling over there.
Hold on. This goes back to the topic we started earlier
Oh yes,
with
my bad.
Jose, and it goes back to why I brought Panther on. Has
So it goes.
wrestling lost its art in the indies, or is just way too much companies out there? So, Panther, I'm sorry for interrupting you. That is the topic. That was the main purpose I brought Panther on today because he's been all over the indies for the past how many
I
years now?
try to. Well, as far as I can't say all over the United States because I mainly stayed in the South and East Coast, but I'm gonna say I turned pro in '90, way back in '90. I was super young as hell. But to your question, has the art been lost in the Indies and so on? I'm gonna say that. Yeah, there's something that has been quite lost a bit. I think everybody's more impressed or more geared towards impressing their friends in the back and having a oh shit moment on tape as opposed to actually telling a story. And I mean, like my thing is, what would be the purpose of doing four or three in a row or whatever amount in a row? Freaking Canadian destroyers makes no fucking sense.
Those Canadian destroyers even look stupid. Like I don't know how you could. I don't know. I feel the same way with the Canadian destroyer
I
as
mean,
I
you
do
get
with the DDT. Like the
right.
DDT, you hit somebody once and you're done.
That's it. That's it.
I'm going to shows they hitting them 5 times before the match is over.
Fun fact: the Canadian destroyer was actually invented by, I believe it was Quiet Storm and SATs. This was in Brooklyn. Big shout out to Kings County because that's pretty much where it came from.
Wow, that's
True
my
story.
area. Kings
Not
County
that.
is where. Yeah, that's where I grew up at. Kings County,
I'm
Crown
talking about
Heights.
this was in the Williamsburg, like by Myrtle Ave and Broadway,
Okay, I know
off
it.
the
Yeah,
J train. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
By Roosevelt
I still got
Project.
homies that live on that side. I still got homies and family that live on the Bushwick side. I was just
Dude,
out
they
there
got
last January.
yo, that side is off the chain. Roosevelt Projects. Woo!
Man,
And then you're not too far from Tompkins and Sumner. But what was the other part of that question?
wait, before you say that, you want to hear a little Brooklyn thing. You know Fat Albert's is still open?
No freaking way.
Fucking Fat Albert's in Bushwick is still open. It's small
That's not the
now.
Flushing.
It's small. They cut the store down size. Like I think they put a Chick-fil-A in there. Probably Chick-fil-A is paying the fucking rent. But Fat Albert's is still open. If you're from Brooklyn, you'll
That's off
find
the
it
Flushing
funny.
Avenue, the J train. I know exactly where
Yes,
that's at.
it's still open. Still selling clothes, still selling what is it? Discontinued toys.
Ah,
They still open, bro.
that's gangster. That's crazy. But
But
but my thing is with the indies also, there's a lot of people, again, not so much as not only the storytelling part of it, but they don't have no pride in. It's like the suspense of disbelief went out the window. Again, they don't want to. They don't care. They are like, the fans know it's a work. Why, So they go in with that mentality, saying the fans know it's a work, and I'm like thinking to myself, you're supposed to make the fan actually believe what you're doing. Fuck every other match. Have them believe what you're doing and have them second guess what you're doing. Like, yo, did you see the clothesline he gave? Or did you see that strike or that this, that? And then everybody's slapping the brakes off their leg. I mean, it's one thing when you do
Oh
it
my
once or
god.
twice. No, no, hold on. I got this is part of the question. This has to do with your question because, quite honestly, you got a lot of people. I'm dead ass on that, my man. Listen, you
Nah,
got
I
a
see
lot
the
of
leg
people that
slap.
do that.
You said the leg slap, and that's what said. Oh my god, I see it too much. It's like every move is a leg
No.
slap.
Oh my God! It's one thing when you do it once in this blue and make it look like it's a strike where the fans don't really be like, okay, whatever. It's another thing with throughout the whole match. And here's another thing I got to say, and this is probably going to be the last of it, but I put up a post a while ago saying, you know, are you a wrestler that entertains, or are you an entertainer that wrestles?
Oh,
Because
that's a
there's a
good
lot
one
of
right there.
yeah, because there's a lot of people that can wrestle but can't work a match to save their life. And they're only over because they can wrestle, but they
And
can't work.
I tell people all the time, I'm not a wrestler. I'm a manager. I am an entertainer. I am there to put whoever is on my side over and make sure when fans leave, they're happy. That's it. I'm not there for your politics. I'm not there. I'm not in the ring doing moves. I take moves. I give moves, but I'm not a full time wrestler. I decided to do a manager gimmick, an art form that's kind of lost. Like I did, me from back in
You
the days.
screwed
One of
up.
my
Oh
very
yeah,
first
yeah,
shows,
yeah, yeah,
you were
yeah,
on it.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's an
yeah.
art form that's lost. Everybody talks the Paul Heyman. Yeah, every manager that comes out want to be like Paul Heyman. Why no one wants to be like Bill Alfonso? Why nobody wants to be like James Mitchell? Why nobody wants to be Heenan?
Well,
Jimmy Hart.
to your point, Paul Heyman, to his credit, started out at like 14, 15. He was hanging out with Freddie Blassie, Lou Albano, and all these
The
and
originals.
the Grand Wizard. So he
The
didn't learn from
the
legends.
Grand Wizard is one of my favorite old school managers because he always cut promos under 45 seconds. Like if you look at some of his old stuff, they're under 45 seconds. It's like
Yeah,
he's
they
in and
are.
out.
They are. They are. Ernie Roth. His name is Ernie Roth. Yeah, yeah. Grand Wizard was a legend, and Paul Heyman learned from all of them. He also learned a lot of the business through Dusty Rhodes, but that's another story. But yeah, the art is lost, man. It's not really lost with a lot of guys. A lot of guys are trying to bring it back, but the sad part is you got a lot of these new dudes saying, "Well, it's an evolution. Wrestling has evolved." I agree, wrestling has evolved, but the fucking thing that pisses me off is what has not changed in wrestling is the old formula. The storytelling of it, having the crowd second guess what the hell you're doing. So then that way they can come back the next day and see you do it again or do something else crazier than you did before.
Did
Which
you
is
watch
all
AEW when they had QT Marshall versus that stupid guy that does boom? I bring the boom. That guy, the
oh, you talking about
Costco
Adam
guy.
Cole?
No. He did the Costco guy with his stupid son.
Oh hot damn, wait.
It was just recently. Anyway,
I haven't seen
if
AEW
you
in a minute,
watch
so I don't
if
know.
you watch the match, right? This guy wrestled in Jersey like 20 years ago. He's famous for his TikToks. Him and his son, they got this stupid. He's always yelling double chocolate cookie crunch. He was on Jimmy Fallon and stuff. But anyway, the point is they wrestled for 10 minutes live TV. They did absolutely nothing but an old school match. I counted 7 moves: arm lock, headlock, takeover, start taunting the crowd, like basic 80s style wrestling match. And every podcaster out there, including Cornette, was throwing it in all the indie guys' faces. Like, look, old school wrestling still works. Old school wrestling still draws a crowd. Old school wrestling had all those people on their feet. I don't feel the same anymore. Like, I took a break because this shit here in Florida is like it's a fucking joke. It's like the same matches over and over and over and over and over and over and over.
Well, I can't say that for all of Florida. The only thing with Florida, I'm gonna say, is that it's a oversaturation of companies. Um, but as far as matches is concerned, and they are, I'm gonna say Florida would probably have, not counting NXT or WWE, not counting them, but I would have to say there's maybe 3 companies in Florida that's making some really good noise and numbers in terms of drawing power.
What
Full
three
Impact,
companies is that to
uh,
you?
to me, I'm gonna have to say, and most people might disagree, but their numbers don't lie. I'm gonna have to say CCW is one of them.
CCW does draw. They do. I
They
have.
draw.
I'm not
They
gonna.
draw big. They draw
Whatever I
big.
got going on with Nilio behind the scenes has nothing to do with the actual promotion. They
Yeah, yeah,
draw,
they draw.
and they draw in
Um,
Tennessee too.
I'm gonna say another company that draws in Florida, NWA.
But see, but that's not that don't count to me. NWA is NWA.
Oh,
NWA is
all
not.
right, that's more
Yeah, NWA is
national.
NWA. You know what I mean? NWA is
That's
not indies.
national. Okay.
CCW is
I'm gonna
indies. You got to go through
say
CCW to get to the NWA. You know?
I've also seen a couple of IWA Florida shows. They seem to have a following, a pretty big following, quite a big following, and
My man, you got
another
to get. I like IWA, but you gotta give my boy some credit, son. I mean, dude,
who?
Alex Red, son, and Atomic Wrestling, bro. They've been the longest consistent crowd for almost 8 years now.
Oh,
Long
I was
and
about to
consistent
name
crowd.
them. They were my
Oh,
they were my
okay.
third one.
Oh,
They were
they're your third
actually
one?
you talk about ALW.
Yes, yes.
Yes. No, no, no. They were actually my third one I was going to mention because they have some pretty good drawing power too. They really
Now,
do.
what I like about that guy was he got 8 years doing this, and he went through. So I got a little back and forth thing with him.
Yeah,
We
he
don't.
owns a pizzeria, I think.
Red keeps it real. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I've met him personally a couple of times. We had our back and forths online and stuff. In the very beginning. Right now, you know, if you want to hear some sucker shit, because I don't give a fuck. I'll tell you some sucker shit. You remember Jerry Swirls?
Sounds familiar.
The
You would
the
have
guy
to
that
let me
used to
know.
come out in the Golden Girls theme.
Thank you for being a friend.
Yeah,
All right, I
he
think
used
I
to.
might know. Maybe
Yeah,
I
he
have.
was he was Dugan's little buddy, Jason Dugan's little buddy, the little Jewish guy with the curly hair.
I got you, but what?
So
Cuenta.
So he got caught. He got caught. Alex, I found out Alex was trying to pay the guys extra. He was doing those old school ticket things, when he gives you a book, you sell the book and you cut him a piece and he cuts you the rest, like the 60-40 business. We used
Right.
to do it we do it in New York. You give me a fucking book, 30 tickets, I'll go sell 30 tickets, break me off. So he was being nice. He was doing it with Jerry. Jerry started fucking it up. You know what I mean? Like, I guess he was using the money or he got locked up. Something happened where he fucked up more than once. All right. Now, I respect the fact that Alex tried to keep it in house and he wasn't really trying to put it online. And he was really, 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 really trying to like not expose all this because at the end of the day, he was friends with Jerry. They were fucking friends legitimately outside of the business. He gave him a job at Domino's. That was his little buddy. So it came out from fans, that showed up to the show like, hey, we bought tickets. And Alex is like, what tickets? And it seems like Jerry was selling, even after, he fucked up 3 times. Alex was like, yo, no more. That's it, bro. No more. You can't fucking pay me for none of this shit. You know what I mean? I'm basically giving you free fucking tickets. That's what I'm basically fucking doing. I'm comping tickets. That's what it looks like. And I'm just
Word.
fucking losing. Yeah, because he'll give him 30 tickets and the motherfucker won't the 30 people will show up, but the money won't be there. You feel me? So he's basically giving fucking tickets out for
Oh,
free. So he cut him loose. He's like, Jerry, no more. I can't do it. Either they buy it online, I'll give you like a fucking promo code or whatever. No more of these paper fucking tickets. Let's just do it online. I'll give you like hashtag Jerry Swirls 20% off, whatever. Come to find out, Jerry Swirls owed a lot of fucking fans that go to ARW money for T-shirts that he never fucking
wow.
made. So not only did he owe fans money for T-shirts at one of these big, Alex throws these big shows with like certain indie stars. Like this next one coming up has Kevin Nash and all of them in it. and fucking, I think it was like 10, 15 people showed up. And he had to honor it. He had to be like, look, man, I guess, they all had legitimate DMs like, yeah, you're in, all from Jerry. Yeah, you're in, your ticket's paid for. Don't worry about it. Just show up. They'll let you in through the door. And fucking, he got screwed. So, in the process of him being screwed, I'm being a little dickhead online trying to, just spice shit up. So I hit up Jerry and I'm like, yo, what's up? What's the real story? And he goes, hey, before I tell you the story, I need to confess about something. I'm like, all right, what you need to confess about? You remember when you used to book me in OCW? And I'm like, yeah, I remember that. He was like, remember you used to have this black jacket that was stolen? I'm
What?
like, yeah, the bandana looking one. It's like, yeah, I took it. What the
Oh hell!
Yo, bro, what do you do, son? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what do you do? So like, I basically told him, yo, you should have kept that to yourself. I don't want to smack him because when I hit up Red about it, Red basically, he didn't deny it. He said, yeah, I think he really did steal that from you, and I think he painted it over. And he's like, hey, El Rey, I know what you do outside of wrestling, but can you not do anything to him? Even after all the shit he fucking did to Red, and he just did something to me, Red is like, can you not do nothing to him? He's lost, something's going on with him mentally. That's not the same guy I knew. Can you just let it go? Like, if you want, I'll get you a jacket. I'm like, it's not even about the jacket, but it's one of those things where there's a lot of backstabbing back here, and you won't even know who's backstabbing. Part with why. This is my second question. Where the fuck you been in Florida? Like, you had like a quick run and then skedaddle. Like, they just stopped booking you. Is it what's going on?
Somehow I knew you was gonna open Pandora's box on that one.
I
Let me
was
check.
because I brought you on, but I know some of the story, but I don't want to say it until you say it.
Well, here's the thing. All right. I came to Florida from Tennessee, and little. I started off. What was it? I did a show at Daytona Beach. You were there, right there at the Ocean Center,
That
and
was actually dope. That was actually fucking dope.
yeah, the Ocean Center,
The Ocean Center was
and
dope.
yeah. And then you was there. You had that freaking jacket with all the playing cards on and shit. I remember that. But then, of course, to fast forward, doing the little stuff, doing your shows, did a couple of other indie shows, and
You did
worked with it.
CCW. You was on CCW for a while.
Well, actually, no. CCW. Hey, hold on a second. But don't get me wrong, they're a great company. But I've only did. I'm gonna have to say, I want to say three. Wait, 2 or 3 shows at them all together. If I'm not.
No, you
I
did the
might
one
be
in
longer than 3.
Tennessee. You did like 4 of them. You did one in Tennessee.
Oh, I did that Battle Royal in Tennessee.
Okay.
I did a show in Pompano Beach against the dude with the skull mask.
Okay. Yes. And then you did.
I forgot his name. Agony, I think his name is. Really
Then
great
you
guy.
did.
Great guy.
You did breakout number 2 also.
No, I did not. I think that last time I wrestled for them. I kid you not. And I believe after that, did I wrestle for them again? Hold on. No, I don't think I did. I haven't wrestled for them after that ever since. If I'm not mistaken.
Was that during
Oh,
the transition?
Nelio was. I think it might have been during the transition
Yeah, because
because
so when me and you both did CCW, and I was on a lot of CCW shows. I came in through Pablo.
Pablo's the one that got me booked on that Pompano Beach show.
Okay,
As a matter of
so
fact.
I'm not trying to spread no rumors or fuck with you had anything, but I'm pretty sure we stopped getting booked because we were Pablo guys. Because everybody that was Pablo guys stopped getting booked.
Well, the reason for me not getting booked, to be honest, I'm literally clueless. I heard some things. One of the things I've heard was arrogance. Some people said no experience, and that blew my mind. That kind of tripped me out there.
So
No experience. I kid you not. Like, wait, what the fuck? But
Okay.
honestly, I really don't know. I think they were going for a different route altogether. Maybe they wanted to use their students or their guys homegrown, which I can respect that. That's no problem. But another company who
They're
also
not
does
doing that now.
no, no, not.
They're not
But
doing that now. You see, because everything changed once he officially became the owner. When
yeah,
he wasn't the owner, when he was still sharing power, there was still be using the students, because Pablo was always the one that always wanted it to be like school run, and he'll just bring in one superstar versus the tops, the like what Johnny Rods do. You're the top student, you get the top athlete. The rest of you guys fucking sell tickets. And
but
CCW.
perdón, déjame decirte. Now, as far as the other companies in Florida, I worked for ESW, my boy Lou Reedon, Eastern Shores Wrestling.
ESW.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, they only ran a couple of shows. They were from Long Island, really. The Lou Reedon used to be a New York promoter for Paul Heyman and ECW and stuff back in the days. But for the most part, so I was getting my little bookings. But my thing is, I guess I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm from New York, I'm a little aggressive with the way I talk, or something. But I know I've never disrespected nobody. That I can honestly say, and I would swear on my life on that one. But for the most part, I guess some people take my I don't know. Some people must have took whatever I said or done in a different way. Because to be honest, I never disrespected nobody, male or female, or intergender, or whatever the fuck. Because I know there was a couple of I worked a show where there was a couple of androgynous individuals that were like in the transition to become women. They were men. So it's not. I'm not homophobic by any means. Far from it. But so this goes to show you that I cannot understand why I didn't never got booked in Florida. And I did an IWA Florida show. Much big ups to Alex Misery, who officially signed with the NWA altogether. So
I like
big
that
shout to him
kid.
on that.
Yeah, I like him outside of wrestling. We hung out a couple of times. He's
He's a real
really,
dude, man. He's a
yeah,
real guy, man.
funny funny as fuck. Once he starts with the
What?
jokes, it's over.
He's a little prankster too, because there was one time I did a show for him. He ran a Misery Pro, and I did a show for him, of course. And we was outside chilling, and I'm over here. You already know 420, and motherfucker comes up right behind me, and I'm thinking I got a mosquito ready, and I wound up pimp smacking my own self, and it was that motherfucker fucking doing some stupid shit behind my head. Like yeah, he's freaking funny as hell. You're right, man. The dude's
Yeah,
a
I'm
prank.
actually I'm actually glad he got signed to the NWA because he went through hell. But
Man, you ain't
so
wrong, bro.
you did IWA.
Yeah.
I know you did knockout because I was at a couple knockout shows with you.
I did actually. No, wait. I did one knockout show. Wait a second. I got to correct that because there's another issue attached to that knockout situation.
I thought you
But
did a September 11th show too.
did I? I did Toomey Tools in Ocala. I remember that. That
Okay,
Toomey Tool thing. Jimmy Hart was announcing the whole card. But I
that
don't think
was
I worked
this.
for.
That was the
I don't think I
September
worked.
11th show.
Yeah, but I don't think I worked for Knockout after. I also worked for another company, Southern Extreme Pro Wrestling or something like that. Not Port St. Lucie, Port I can't, some spot in Florida. Damn, I can't
Newport
remember the
Richie.
name.
Newport
Might be
Richie.
that one. Yeah, might be
Yeah,
that
they
one.
moved. They're no longer Florida based. They're actually based in Wyoming now.
Yeah, they
So
are. That's
yeah,
awesome.
I mean, he still kept the Southern Extreme thing because I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Sean O'Reilly's his name.
Yeah,
It would be
great
fucked
guy.
up. Yeah, it would be fucked up to change your name after all these years with all this video you got and all this stuff you got going on.
Yeah,
But
but he's doing his thing, man. He's drawing out there in Wyoming. I can tell you that.
he's actually that promotion, and I don't mean no disrespect. Because he's been on my show too, I'm pretty good with him and his wife. No disrespect, that show is actually doing better in Wyoming than it was doing in the state of Florida.
Well, that goes to my point. He's drawing pretty big up there. Florida, he was drawing. I ain't gonna lie to you though, but he wasn't drawing as much as he did. Nowhere near what he's doing in Wyoming. Wyoming is the market out there. He's tapped into it, and believe it or not, in Wyoming, you don't really got too many indie companies out there throwing big shows. He's drawing in good enough money to bring in people. So just imagine, yeah, he's doing his thing, man. I'm very proud of him. Sean O'Reilly's doing his thing.
So now, I was like giving you time before I mentioned this, and I'm just gonna bring it out, bro, because you know me, I don't fucking hold my tongue. Hey,
Go
do you
ahead.
think your booking stop because of the online beef with the referee?
Hold up, beef with the referee.
Yeah, remember the referee had a little problem with you, and you was
What
asking
man? Hold
people.
on. Rewind my I'm gonna call you king because you are a king. And I know I ain't got no shit to say because I got relatives that are kings.
Yeah,
But let me ask you something. What match and show this was on?
it was the referee from Knockout.
I had beef with him, really?
Did you have beef for her?
No, not
Wasn't
at
there some
all.
shit? Wasn't there some shit? Was like she didn't want you on the show or something, and that's why Knockout stopped using you?
No.
Or is this?
Oh shit. You know what? Perdón. But this is the first I'm hearing about this.
So
But
I feel like maybe your booking stopped because I feel like when you did that Knockout show, after that, if you notice, like your phone calls started depleting or no?
well, I heard a couple of stories, but nothing to the effect of what you're saying. The female referee is pretty famous. She's done a lot of big shows, and I know you talking. She has the black hair, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
yeah.
Right. Very nice lady, actually. I don't see how what you're saying is that's just tripping me out because let me tell you something. Uh, I had a great match with the guy. They had booked me for another show. True story. They booked me for another show. I was actually advertised for that other show for a rematch with that very same guy. Um, Great match. I forgot the dude's name, but he made me look like $1,000,000. I got to give him credit. And the thing is, I never had much. I never had much problems or conversations with the lady ref at all. So I don't know. That's just weird. That's
No,
just
because
weird to me.
I heard that from the promoter himself. Because when there was issues with the way you talk and everything
Oh
like
no
that.
no 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 no! I know what it was. No 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 no! It just came. It just hit me. It was a comment on Facebook that had to do. It was a comment as far as oh God have mercy. It was a comment that I had made on Facebook pertaining to wrestling and women wrestling, or something to that effect, to where I was saying a lot of the times they can work as hard as they want, but they won't. Something about not making it to a certain level only because if they did, it'd be an aesthetic level, meaning like their looks. But I don't know if it was that comment or something to that effect. I
It
can't
was
remember
definitely
because
that, and they used the
disculpa.
narrative.
Hold on a second. I believe I explained to them what I meant, and I didn't mean no harm because, to be honest, the way I worded it is not the way I'm saying it now. But it wasn't nothing derogatory. As a matter of fact, quite a few people agreed with me. It was nothing derogatory about what I said. It was just that I personally think that, and goes back to the actual day of the show, because the comment was made way a couple after the show. For the record, it was almost maybe a couple of weeks out before the next show I was going to be booked on, and that's when the comment was made. If I'm not mistaken, um, the show itself and Toomey Tools, everything ran great. I remember we all surrounded the ring. Who was I next to? I was this guy's daughter, Gangrel's daughter, was
Anna
there.
Diaz.
Yeah, yeah, Gangrel's daughter. Uh, she was next to me. I remember everybody was wondering, holding hands, whatever, and so it was nothing disrespectful going on. Nothing. Everything was great. Everybody congregated properly. Bushwhacker Luke was on the show as well.
Yeah, that's the same show where I beat up the Arab. With me and the
Yeah, I think Hacksaw Jim Duggan was there too, if I'm not mistaken.
and it was me and the one-legged guy from
Yo,
51st Legs.
you wow for
Yeah,
that. You wow,
he
you
had
wow,
one
you
leg,
wow,
bro. It was like 51st
you wow
Legs.
for that. You
That
wow,
was the name of his organization. We did that little spot with the arrow
you
going September 11.
wow.
It was
You got
heat,
so
but it
much
was good
heat.
heat. It was
Oh, you
heat,
got
but it
so
was
much
good
heat.
heat.
Dude, you got so much heat. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. You had so much heat that I was burning in the locker room. That was
Yeah.
a lot of heat. That was a
I
lot.
always wonder because I know you did IWA and
One
I
time.
tried I tried to explain to you when you did IWA. I was like, hey dude, that side of Florida has like its own Spanish coalition. And since you're already doing IWA, try to stay with them because not for nothing, you got IWA, NGCW, and you have WCC Florida, which just opened like 2 years ago.
Well, this
Those
was in
dudes,
Orlando.
this isn't the end. That Orlando, Kissimmee, Poinciana area, those dudes stick to themselves. There's not a lot of IWA has its issues with its booker, but those promotions don't use everyone in Florida. So when you got booked to IWA, I was looking forward for it because I was like, well, he's from New York. A lot of these guys don't understand New York culture. A lot of these guys, everybody want to be from New York, but don't want the New Yorker there. You feel
Again,
me?
I gotta thank Alex for that. Alex hooked me up. I got to share a locker room with people in the indie circuit that were pretty well known, great tag teams, and so on. Everybody from La Brava to you had a bunch of names, man. It was a good card, great card. Main event was phenomenal. It was Alex Misery versus what's his name? Oh shoot, damn it, Salazar, and
Okay.
it was a hell of a match. Oh my god, it was a hell of a match.
Have you tried hitting up Lionheart Association?
That would be Alex's dad.
Yeah,
Uh,
Apollo Senior.
yes, sir, El Leon,
Yeah.
and he, by the way, he was also the original founding member of LAX.
Oh wow.
Yeah. People don't know that, but he's the original founding member of LAX.
Oh, so it
And
wasn't Hernandez.
no, it was not. It was actually Apollo El Leon. He's the OG of LAX. And then after he, I guess, got like sort of phased out of the company, they brought in, if I'm not mistaken, Conan, and then of course Homicide, and this guy followed Hernandez and so on.
Yeah, I know Homicide. He's a Brooklyn legend.
Oh, dude! The last time I saw him, he's from Bed-Stuy, I believe. But the last time I saw him, he como se dice, he was in Fort Lauderdale. It was a show for the NWA. I was invited there by Brian Idol. Big ups to Brian Idol. And he's doing phenomenally great. And for the most part, that show was awesome. First thing I did was, yo, where's y'all producer at? Who you talking about? Oh, he's right there. As soon as Homicide saw me, he was just like, oh shit, because I've known Homicide since 93, 93,
Oh
94. I'm going way
wow.
back. Literally, I've known him since back then. He wasn't even called Homicide. He was called the Latin Terror. And
I went to one
yeah,
of his you remember those doghouse shows where they had the two guys that come out to It's Raining Men. They used to play it on
you
in
talking
New
about
York.
Christopher Street something. I can't remember their name.
I
But
can't, but that was like the best gimmick they had. The best
oh
gimmick they
God
had.
have mercy.
Yo, man,
I only been
that
to
was a
two doghouse
classic.
shows. I only been to two doghouse shows. I got to see. I remember low key when he was wrestling with a shirt on at one time. I remember Greek God Papa Don when he had a full head of hair. Legends, dude, legends in the making. Homicide was wild though. He put 1,000% into all his matches, and when I saw him back in Florida, this is about a year ago, in Fort Lauderdale for the NWA. By the way, they did a joint show with the CCW that day. Um, all
First
I
and
can
last
say
show
is,
they'll ever do.
well, no, they did another show recently with them with
No,
CCW.
no,
True story.
no. They did two,
This
and
is
they
in Fort
stopped doing
Lauderdale.
business with them. They stopped
My
doing business
man,
with them already.
hold on a second, my brother. Let me tell you how I know this. I was watching a TV taping show that took place. It was a hardcore match
They
between.
did.
Uh,
They did one taping at the restaurant. That film was used for 3 NWA shows.
my dude, I was there. I'm trying to tell you. Let me finish. Trust me. This is how I know it was a completely different show. And their tapings, the one I went to, I have this very same hat on. I had my Puerto Rico thing. You can see me. I'm so distinctive. I was actually no, I'm not lying to you, dude.
Was
I
it
was
in
so
Tampa?
distinctive.
Was it in Tampa?
No, it was in Fort Lauderdale.
Okay, after the two they did in Fort Lauderdale, they're not doing nothing with them anymore.
Well, I never said they were.
Oh, okay, because
Never said they
that's
were.
a signed done deal. Like
No, let me
whatever
finish.
happened,
Déjame
what
decirte. That building, I believe CCW, NWA knew that that's their territory. So NWA, out of courtesy, decides to. Let me finish telling you. Hold on.
Go ahead,
Let me
I'm
tell you how I
listening. I'm
know this.
listening. I'm listening. Because I
Hear
hate
me
the
out. Hear me
CCW
out.
hype. Go ahead.
So as I'm watching this match, even before, let me fast forward. When I'm watching this match, it's Matt Cardona versus it was a freaking a death match between EC3 and Matt Cardona.
Okay.
Okay, now when they was going out the ring, they was putting up the apron, the ring apron, right, to get whatever they was going to get under the ring. There was a CCW apron under the NWA apron,
Yeah.
right? This match was released about 6 months ago. This was 6 months ago. The taping is what I'm trying to tell you. This building is probably. It's not saying that they work all over the country with CCW. No, no, they're not working even Florida with CCW. It's just this one building that CCW, the territory that CCW runs. NWA, out of courtesy, let CCW has a couple of matches. Then boom, NWA has their show, right? And they'll use maybe one or two CCW guys as enhancement against their NWA guys, just on again a courtesy thing, which they're doing good business on that level. I know because I was there.
So the real version to that is Lou Spector, Skeletor. You know
Oh,
Lou
I don't like
Spector.
that guy.
Okay, Lou Spector booked that building for NWA. Okay, when NWA did the Riverside show, Lou Spector booked the building for them, and then the same day he booked the building because he was trying to get money off of NWA, he went and booked CCW the same fucking weekend. So he got confused with the dates in the same building. So both people put out their flyers at the same time. They noticed what was going on. They noticed it was a money gram from Spectre. So they did a mutual agreement. Look, man, you guys were already scheduled to be here. We were scheduled to be here. Let's just, fuck it. We'll use your ring. We won't even bring our ring. Sure, the NWA and it came out better for the NWA in cost because they didn't have to use their ring. They barely had to use any of their production. You know what I mean? They came out winning. They did their two
Now,
shows, and
I'm
then
gonna say this.
yeah.
Perdóname, disculpa, but I'm gonna say this. When I was there and I seen the TV cameras, I mean legitimate TV cameras on the stage. You see some of the producers running around. Homicide was producing a couple of matches.
Yeah,
You
Nilio
had
has all
Jab.
that. If you go to Bash and the Brew now, it's
Yeah.
no more phone cameras. Nilio has a full fledged production team now. Like,
Wow, really?
yeah, like
That's what's up.
so CCW Alive, even though they don't do a lot on the internet, on YouTube and stuff, their production is fucking high quality. Like they should, I don't understand why he don't hit up the Spanish market and try to sell his shit to Telemundo or whatever and just get the Spanish commentators to redo the show for him because there's good quality. Like some of the cha-cha matches in Miami, they draw 500, 600 people. Some of the shows they do here in Tampa, they draw, but all that production, Nilio been spend money on production a while back.
Honestly, I personally think CCW should run in Puerto Rico
They could, but
if they do it right.
I don't know. You got to see what mindset the owner has now because we're not talking the same CCW. I said that in my last post when they were celebrating 20 years. You celebrating 20 years like if you were a part of the 20 years. You should have gave Pablo, his respect for starting that company Even though
His flowers, yeah, I
even the
agree.
last 3 years, you have taken over. You have done a lot with the company, but at the end of the day, you backstab your own teacher for that company. You should at least just for one night only bring him back and let him get that. Let him get that 20
Give
years
him his
of.
flowers. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he broke his back. He broke his back for that company legitimately. Financially, everything, spiritually, everything. But that's not now. Pablo now, I don't know if you speak to him like I do. I speak to him like every other day.
He writes me
He's
every so often. He writes me.
Yeah, he's doing fucking way better. He's been going to Latin America. He just knows who's his friends now.
He
He's been
travels
doing book.
everywhere.
Yeah. But back to you, Panther. So the whole Florida thing, you slowed it down and you moved back to Tennessee, or what happened?
All right, here's the deal. I had a booking out in Texas, and while I was in Texas, I picked up a couple of bookings in Tennessee.
Okay.
Being that I was passing through Tennessee on my way back to Florida at the time returning, I just stood in Tennessee and started doing little spot shows here and there, and then I decided, you know what? Let me just establish roots here. Whatever the case means, just stay in the state and work my way here. Which, by the way, is not to say that I'm out of the Florida scene. I'm not.
How many
I'm
Puerto
actually.
Ricans are in Tennessee?
Shit, I don't fucking know, dude.
Like,
You know,
I'm just listen. I met your brother at a show, right, Bobby? And the first
yeah,
thing I said is, "What is your brother doing in Tennessee? How many Puerto Ricans are out there?" Like,
yeah, no, I don't know, dude. You know what? You do got some, but they're spread out. There's more Mexicans and South Americans than anything over here, but for the most part, you got Puerto Ricans. I've been to quite a few Puerto Rican spots, but uh, uh, the part of Tennessee I'm at right now is Laverne. They're not so bad. Actually, this town is a wrestling town. They had a guy by the name of he is the son of Cato Kung Lee out in Mexico. He's the son of that guy. He's Cato Kung Lee Jr. He wrestles as Cato Extreme. He does shows in Nashville and in Laverne. And when I wrestled to him in Laverne for like 3 years, he brought in. He was a major star in Mexico. He used to bring in a lot of big names: Mascarita Sagrada, La Parca,
mm.
all kinds of names, dude. Like he brought in so many names from AAA. It's not even funny. Everybody, pretty much, that was on the show. I guess I would say 15 to 20% of them were from AAA and CMLL. I
So
kid you not.
you're
Yeah.
pretty much doing the Spanish shows out there. I hate to say it like this, but that's
Well, no, no, no. This is before I hit Florida. But now I'm just doing a lot of gringo shows, if you want to call it that. I did that, but right now, again, I have a show the January 18th, Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, for Premium Pro Wrestling.
Ooh.
Premium Pro Wrestling, Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, January 18th at the National Guard Armory. Wrestling a guy by the name of Caden Oliver. Say, oh, yo, Ed, he's a little flaquito. He looked like he could dodge raindrops. But for the most part, yeah, I'm working against him, so that's going to be fun. Um, Big ups to Anthony Wayne. This guy, he was trained by Mr. Ebony Tom Jones. This guy, Anthony Wayne, is a hell of a promoter, hell of a wrestler. I wrestled him numerous occasions, and I'm giving him a shout out and his flowers only because not only did he book me, but the fact that his knowledge and you have no idea the passion. You don't meet too many people in wrestling with the passion that you would have, like as far as knowing the history and knowing
No.
who is who and so on. And it's like you. Let me use you as an example. When I remember back, I remember the BWF show you showed up a few times, and I was looking at you. I was like, "This is a big motherfucker. Why is he not in the ring?" This is what I'm thinking at the time. And of course, fast forward, I seen you in Florida. I'm like, "Oh shit!" You reminded me of like a Gary Hart, almost like a Puerto Rican Gary Hart
That was
to
the
a
gimmick
degree.
I was going for.
Because I know you know who Gary Hart is. That
Yeah, that
motherfucker's
was the gimmick
crazy.
I was going for in the beginning. I think I wanted to do the Gary Hart gimmick for so long, and then everything changed when I met Jimmy Hart and I met Bill Alfonso. I think Fonzie, the 4 months that I spent with him at CCW, I felt like he tuned me up because he basically gave me more directions, like don't stand there, don't do this, don't
Well,
get
he's
up
a
on the eight.
legend. That dude is
Yeah,
a legend. Yeah.
you want to do this, you want to do that, and I think it made me not move in that direction. I could say because I was getting my CCW career is like all me getting beat up, but like there were good matches. I mean,
Yeah. But let me holler at you. So, let me ask you a question though. What was I seen the list of questions in the mail you sent me. What was that other question you had that had me going? I can't remember what it was. I know you got another question you want to ask me.
it was it the backyard? The Mitch Green stuff. Forget about that. I'm gonna do a whole different thing on Mitchell Green being on Vlad TV because I also talk boxing here too. It was
Okay.
I think it wasn't Mud Show Mondays. Did I hit you up about Mud Show Mondays?
No, you have not.
Because Mud Show Mondays is gonna be something that's gonna fucking make me or break me, basically. Mud
Word?
Show Monday, yeah. Because Mud Show Mondays, I got this idea from a promoter, and he wants me to slowly continue the Ring Fever stuff, but every 2 months drop Mud Show Mondays, where I just basically look for all these promotions that have no crowd and make fun of whatever shitty matches they have. So I put up
Oh,
a
there's a bunch of
filler.
those.
Yeah, it was like it's kind of like the Who Book Your Shits, but it's gonna be like like a voiceover podcast. The only fucking problem is when I ask the internet to send me video, they send me 4 videos of Johnny fucking Zeke. I don't want to fucking do the whole show on Johnny Zeke. Like, like on Monday, the pick that I actually have, one of the videos is actually of myself. Like I'm not discriminating against myself. Someone sent me a video and they're like, this person deserves to be on it, and you too. And when I wrote why, they were like, "Bitch, where's the crowd?" And I said, you know what? And it was an actual, a legitimate fan, a female who spent money watching us wrestle several times, who's traveled Florida and watched us, and she was like, "Bitch, where's the crowd?" I'm not talking about the promotion. Where's the crowd?
Yeah.
So I'm definitely putting the video up of me and another video that Gator King sent me. He said I could use his. He said I could say he was the one that released the video. It's some. There's some. I don't know what the fuck is that. Bro, when you see it on Monday, you just I don't know. But that's the
Oh
move.
my God.
That's what I'm trying to do right now.
That's what's up. That's what's up. But I'm gonna tell you though, I wait, I'm gonna be back in Florida pretty soon, wrestling. Probably is gonna wind up being Neck Dog. I'm probably gonna come through Neck Dog. Um, they I spoke with the promoter and the owner himself,
We may
and
get this Nick Swift Panther Rodriguez part 2.
believe it or not, he expressed interest in a rematch. He must have run it back, as
That
the
was
old
pretty.
saying goes.
That was a pretty good match.
Yeah, let me tell you, I've received a lot of pretty good reviews on that. Now, on that note, I respect Nick because what a lot of people don't know, he's one of the top salesmen in the whole city of Tampa, in that whole area for Honda. That dude is one of the top dogs there.
He
True
doesn't give a
story.
fuck about none of you broke ass wrestlers that don't make money because a lot of you guys are fucking broke in real life.
And he could spit.
And he can spit fire. Yeah, he's Italian Puerto Rican.
He could spit. Yeah, real
Yeah.
talk. I like his stuff. Well, all right. I wanted to make a point here, real quick. Somebody had asked me earlier a while back, why do I call myself the Puerto Rican bandit, or whatever? The reason for that is like I'm paying homage to a friend of mine who I met in the early 80s. I'm talking about 82, 83. You guys all know him as Big Pun. May he rest in peace to the king. You know, I got to say that because, I've known the dude, and when he passed away, I went to his funeral and everything. I wound up skipping the whole line. People were looking at me like I was somebody because they had a line like around the 3 blocks. I mean, it was like, dude, it looked like miles of people. And the thing is, the security team at his funeral, I went to high school with, so I was good money. I went straight in there.
What
And
what projects you're from?
I'm from Soundview.
See how I knew it. So now here comes my next question. Fuck. You don't gotta answer it because I rather do a part two with you if you know this person. And we'll get the part two will be mostly like our stuff, New York stuff,
Big up
street
the
stuff.
pun.
Yeah. Now, question. Do you know Hassan Campbell? Did you grow up with Hassan Campbell?
That name rings a fucking bell. Hold on a second.
Zulu Nation Hassan Campbell?
I would have. Well, is he from
YouTuber,
Soundview?
Poppy. They call them Poppy. He's a YouTuber.
I have to see his face.
All right. We'll save this for part two because I wanna bring you on in a couple of weeks. We'll have a part two. We'll do
Absolutely.
we'll do New York stuff. I'm gonna send you a video of him because he's from Soundview. I'm pretty sure you grew up with him, and it's just a lot of questions I got because I know the New York stuff between me and you would be pretty good because I know, dude, I know a lot. I know a
I'm from
lot of
Soundview. Let me
people.
tell you something. I've seen pun. Here's what y'all, a lot of people don't know, and I'm not the only one. But I remember when that dude was running from police. He had helicopters and fucking dogs after his ass. True story. Hell, I bought
Yeah,
pizza off of him.
good.
When
So
he used to sell pizza.
we'll save that for part two because I got
Yeah, yeah,
questions
yeah.
about Fat Joe and hip hop and all that.
Yeah,
But
yeah, 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 yeah.
folks, I had Panther Rodriguez on here. We had George earlier today. Panther didn't hear the announcement, so we're gonna repeat the announcement that George from FWF released earlier on the show. Starting 2025. This is the first show to 2025. I know when the show first started, I probably botched and said 2005. Who knows? But starting January 2025, RCW Puerto Rico will now be RCW US. RCW will now be coming to the US for their Telemundo tapings. You heard it
That's
here
what's
on
up.
Ring Fever. Um,
Ooh.
they're gonna, not saying they're not doing good in Puerto Rico. They've been doing excellent in Puerto Rico as a third tier wrestling
Puertorriqueño.
company. But they want to do more shows outside of Puerto Rico. They just got this nice Telemundo deal, so it's gonna look real good for 2025. Hopefully, your man Panther Rodriguez will get a debut or get a
Oh, I
spot
would
down
love
there.
it. I would
You know
love
what I
it. I
mean?
would love it. I would love
Uh,
it.
the reason why I mentioned Panther also is because RCW has promised not to be like all these other companies out here and not use the New York guys. RCW want to use New York guys, PA guys. They want to use all the guys they can. They're not just going to use the same old Islanders from Puerto Rico, like, because Puerto Rico's becoming the same thing. Like, you see the same matches over and over. So they're going to be doing shows here. We're excited. George released the statement today. Panther's been on. Folks, before we let go, Panther, where can we find you at? Let us know all juicy details. How, if someone wants to reach out to you, where do they go?
Well, I'm on Instagram. You can go through my Facebook to get to my Instagram. My Facebook, I'm under Panther Rodriguez. This is the face you see. I'm like very transparent, in other words, because once you type in Panther Rodriguez, I'm good. I'm right there. Just write me, man. I'll answer any questions you guys might have, or any time of the day. You good? Panther Rodriguez, Facebook. Holla at your boy.
You already know. Folks, remember, January 25th, 14630, Circle S Barbecue. If you're a young wrestler, we had Panther on here. He's already co-signed it. You guys need to come down to the seminar. 12 o'clock. You should be
I
there by
agree.
12 o'clock. We
I
have
agree.
Jason Knight and Gary Wolf, Bill Alfonso from ECW. If you're trying to be a manager,
Jason Knight, amazing.
come down. Yeah, Jason Knight was trained by Johnny Rods. You know what I mean? I like that.
But he also trained with me. If you look at the pictures I would put up, Bobby Bold Eagles Wrestling Academy, he trained a lot there as well. He's actually in a magazine cover with me with a bunch of
oh,
other students
oh, that's what's up.
back in
Jason
'89.
Knight will
Yeah.
be there. Gary Wolf will be there. Once again, if you're trying to be a manager in the indie circuits, forget about the me and Ashton stuff. Ashton is 17 years old, and he's going to be there. Why? Because he respects the indies. You guys, I don't give a fuck if it's your girlfriend, your mother, or your cousin. Don't come to a ring pretending to be a manager if you're not at this fucking seminar, because I will destroy you next week on Ring Fever.
My
Wrestlers who
dude.
want to step their game up, Come down to the seminar, learn something, learn how to be a professional. If you're in the Tennessee area, also, what is it? January 18th is your next
January
bout, Panther?
18th. Premium Pro Wrestling, January 18th, Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. 2 o'clock bell time.
Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. You're going to see Panther Rodriguez beating the shit out of some skinny kid who we don't even know his name, so we can't even give him no airtime. I predict 7 minutes. 7 minutes. Hopefully, it don't go longer than 7 minutes, bro. Honestly, the kid is like 45 pounds. There's no reason why he should go longer. Just beat the shit out of him and get out of there.
I sure will. Powder, get paid and go home.
We love you, and thank you for being on the show, guys. Thank you for watching the promo earlier, and we'll see you next week. This is reyy, and I'm out.
I'm out.